Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Honda Passport Trailsport Elite. Huge shout out to Honda of Huntersville for providing this SUV for me today. Take a look at their website, that link is down in the description. This Passport is finished off in sunset orange with an MSRP just over $54,000. This is powered by the 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6. It's paired to the 10-speed automatic. It pumps out 285 horsepower at 262 pound-feet of torque. It is all-wheel drive, weighs in around 4,600 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 7 seconds with a top speed of 110 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 18.5 gallons, and you'll expect to see 18 miles per gallon in the city and 23 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 113.6 inches. Its overall length is 191.5. It has a width of 79.4, a height of 73.1, and its ground clearance measures in at 8.3 inches. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling for this specific Trailsport, being finished off in orange, all of the rest of the accents are orange. The Trailsport package features the orange accent, so it's a really nice combo, especially with this color. You'll notice the large Honda badge, which is also the sensor for distance pacing. Passport is also stamped just underneath that in the bodywork. This model also comes with Trail Watch, so there's a forward-facing camera along with an additional sensor. You'll notice parking sensors down below and then LEDs for all of the lighting. This model also has fog lights, which are located in the lower section of the bumper, and there's also the body-colored tow hooks, which are orange with the Trailsport package, of course. There's also this trim accent at the top of the hood there, and then two distinctive lines coming down both sides. Now with the Trailsport, this also has some underside protection, so there's some skid plates as well if you do take this off the pavement. And if you go off-road, you'll notice the Grabber all-terrain tire, so there's a little bit more side tread, a little bit more of a grippy tire, which is still going to be comfortable for your daily driving. And this also has a gloss black design for those wheels. Now you'll notice there's more plastic from the bumper that works its way to the fender arches. It's in the lower side skirt too. And then this does have gloss black for the mirrors with a camera and a turn signal. You'll notice the roof racks up top, so you can place additional items on your adventures, and this has a full moon roof too. Now with the latest Passport, this has a little bit more of that box seat design to it, especially in the rear where it's a little bit more flat, but I think it has some great lines and proportions for the side. And you'll notice too, with the fender flares, there's a little bit of a trim accent here just to help keep anything from coming off the tires away from the paint. Now in back, there's also the spoiler. Wiper blade is in the lower section. There's also the backup camera, parking sensors, and with the factory installed tow hitch, this can tow around 5,000 pounds. You'll notice the gray trim accent for the rest of the bumper there, and there's also LEDs for the lighting. Now this does have remote start, so all you have to do is lock the vehicle, and then you have this button right here that you'll hold, and that is how you can start it up. And then you'll hold on that again in order to shut it off as needed. Now you also have a few different ways that you can get into your cargo space. You can use the button on the key fob, you can use the control underneath the Honda logo, or you have the hands-free option. So you can just kick your foot up underneath where that sticker is. Of course, you would remove that once you purchase it, and you can open it up this way. Now the Passport is a 2-row SUV, and there's a lot of space with the back seats up. You'll notice too, full-size spare and storage on the left side, so you can easily hide away in some items, and you also have additional storage on the sides. So there's these extra bins, and you also have a 12-volt, and this control right here, you can push, grab all of your items, and then walk away, and it will shut the vehicle. So instead of going up to the top here, you can have your hands full of all of your items, and you're ready to go. And of course, with the back seats folded down, you have a lot more interior space. So very nice to see the practicalities and usability of the back area there. Now you'll notice gloss black for the door handles, where this does have proximity door handles, so you can lock and unlock it from all 4 doors. This also has manual sunshades. There's also more of the orange trim accents, a dual layer here for storage. You can place drinks there, some nice trim accents too, and then you have more orange accents for these seats. Now they do fold flat, and you can get a look from this angle how much more interior space you can have. Now at 5'10", there's plenty of space in the back. There's also storage pockets. You get heated seats, all of your temperature adjustments, where you'd like the air to go, your vents, auxiliaries too. And then at my height, I have 3 inches or so of headroom. Super spacious for this vehicle. So you could have full-size adults in the back. You could have car seats, you have an ample amount of space. You get cup holders with the armrest, and then the cargo windows definitely help with visibility around that section. Now up front, just like the rear, however, this has memory seating adjustments, window controls, side mirror adjustments, and that same design for storage. And then you have automatic front seats with Trailsport in the headrest. And it's a low SUV, so it is pretty easy to enter and exit. But let's start this back up where there's more orange stitching for the steering wheel, which is a heated steering wheel. On the left side, there's tuning, volume, you have voice commands, along with this rotary dial. And you can use that to go through the left side of the digital gauge cluster, where you'll notice you have a lot of audio adjustments you can go into depending on what you would like to use. Now on the right side, there's the cruise control settings, distance pacing, your steering assist, and then you can use that rotary dial to go through information on the right side. The rest of everything is going to be fixed, like engine temperature on that left, fuel on the right, and then your tach and miles per hour. But you can go through even your nav when you have that on and running, front and center. So very nice to see. And this also has paddle shifters as well, so you can use those as needed. Now to the left, there's a rear defroster along with the liftgate. There's one air vent, Bose for the audio. And with the large infotainment system, it is a touchscreen system, and you have quite a lot that you can go through. So you'll notice there's a split view right now. So you can get through all of these icons, and you even have information on the right side. So depending on what you would like to have shown, you can still have two different sections going there. You'll notice too, you can get into Google Maps. You also have Apple CarPlay, and then your Google Assistants. Volume is down below, where Passport is stamped in that trim accent. And then underneath that, you have all the climate adjustments. So there's fan speed, temperature dials. These are heated and ventilated seats. You have where you'd like the air to go, defrosters too, and you can even get into your rear settings. So by pushing on rear, you can have them on or off, and then you'll notice this screen here has rear on it. So now you can adjust between both of those, and you can even lock it out. So that way your backseat passengers can't adjust it any further. Now underneath that, there's auxiliaries along with wireless charging and plenty of storage, including that storage bin. There's also cup holders, this neat trim accent that surrounds everything, and then this is the gear selector. So just by pushing on D or S, you go into drive or sport mode to use the paddle shifters, and then when you pull this back for reverse, you have the camera system up here. So you have the top-down view, and then you have two different angles for the rear view. And then when you put this into drive and you have it in trail mode, you can pull up the forward-facing angle where you have a few different angles along with the top-down view. So very helpful to be able to go between both of those, and then park's located up front. Now behind that, there's the driving modes. So this is how you can get into trail mode, where there's also tow, sand, snow, eco, normal, and sport. So you have several different ways that you can drive this vehicle and have that power distributed between your all-wheel drive system. There's engine start-stop along with a downhill assist, the e-brake along with brake hold, and then you have lots of storage in the armrest, plenty in the glove box, and your passenger has this storage bin up top, which is neat. There's the rear view mirror, and then dome lights and controls for the sunroof and sunshade. Both of those are automatic, and then there's the sunglass holder too. And then here's a look at visibility. It's very easy to see. It's a boxy vehicle with a lot of squared off glass, giving you plenty of visibility. As we sat off behind the wheel now for the latest Honda Passport, I think this is a really cool SUV because it gives you a super practical SUV. It gives you a lot of space too. If you're not looking for a large two-row SUV, it gives you a lot of space for your backseat passengers as well. So if you're looking for something that also is going to give you a good bit of tech, and you want a vehicle that's going to be super reliable, it will last you a long time, this Honda is a great option to go with. Now there's different trim levels, of course, that you can go with. Even in the Trailsport, you have several different Trailsport trim levels that you can get depending on your budget and the options that you are looking to get. I think this model here is very nicely spec'd with the forward camera. I think that is a great addition to give you that added visibility up front. You can tow with this as well. Honda claims 5,000 pounds. I personally would realistically say maybe 3,500, 4,000 would be acceptable for this model, unless you did maybe an upgraded suspension to handle a little bit more weight. So if you're towing some smaller trailers, you can still utilize this SUV. You can take this off the pavement. You have the all-wheel drive system to further help in those situations. So all around, it's a nice SUV. It's also very comfortable to drive. This isn't the first one that I've been behind the wheel of, so it's something that would make for a great daily driver from point A to point B, going on long road trips and things like that. As far as headroom goes, for your front seat passengers too, at 5'10", probably about the same as in back, 2.5, 3 inches or so. And it looks like that is as far as the seat goes down. So you could be slightly taller than me and still fit comfortably. And I will put it into sport mode now, and from second gear, here we go. Just a small acceleration. You can use the paddle shifters if you need to. Really, for daily driving, they're not all that necessary. If you're going off-road, maybe you want to hold a gear or you do happen to tow with it, they are going to be more beneficial in those driving situations. But you do have them for normal driving if you want to use them, along with the different driving modes. So sport mode is going to give you a little bit better throttle input, and then of course you have eco and then the rest for off-roading to help give you that grip needed for those situations. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the latest Passport. I definitely like the size of the screen, very easy to go through. It's also simple too. It gives you everything that you need, and there's no extra bells and whistles. Super user-friendly and easy to go through, and that's basically all you need, especially being able to pair your phone. You are set to go. But it's a great vehicle. Like I said, super comfortable, very refined feeling, which is nice. We do have some plastic, but there's soft touch materials as well, including the entire dash, just to give it a great look and a nice feel too. And then not overcomplicated with the rest of the controls. So especially while driving, you can easily reach down. You don't even have to look. As long as you memorize where these knobs are, I'm still able to keep my eyes on traffic. So even controls like that are super nice to see. But the drive is great. If you're looking for a vehicle that could be your only vehicle for several years, it's definitely a great option to go with, and one that's just going to be great, especially if you're going hiking, camping, adventures like that, where you're going off the pavement. You have a model with a little bit more ground clearance to help you, and that all-wheel drive system to feel confident in being able to go on those adventures. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Honda Passport. Once again, huge shout out to Honda of Huntersville for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.